Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Erin Jackson didn't realize she was making history. She knew speed skating remained overwhelmingly white. All she had to do was look around. She knew how few black athletes competed at the Winter Games. Again, all she had to do was look around. But in more than a century of Winter Olympics, a black woman had won gold in an individual event. She was the first. "I didn't realize it until I saw it in a headline," Jackson said. "I thought there had to have been plenty of other people. It was pretty interesting to hear that. Hopefully, we'll have a second, a third, and a fourth coming quickly." She intends to make that happen. She wants to help others break into the sport when she's done competing, maybe through a scholarship program. Speed skating isn't cheap, and access is a significant barrier, especially for newcomers. She's still focused on making history, maybe even joining Bonnie Blair as the only U.S. woman to repeat as Olympic champion in speed skating. Jackson started in inline skating, winning national titles and world championship medals. Since inline isn't an Olympic sport, many athletes transition to speed skating. At first, she wasn't interested. "I hate time trials and being cold," the Florida native said, laughing. "Now all I do is time trials in the cold. But I'm having a blast." She took up speed skating in 2017. For months later, she qualified for the Pyeongchang Olympics. By Beijing, she was world number 1 in the 500 meters. Jackson, a materials science engineering graduate, was fascinated by breaking down the sport. The differences between inline and speed skating are subtle but crucial: sharper angles, a lower body position, and refined technique. She had to unlearn old habits, build new ones, and embrace the challenge. "I just learned about humbling myself," she said. "Coming from the top of one sport and starting over was tough. But I welcomed it. It was exciting to figure out a new sport. I guess it happened relatively quickly, but it seemed like forever for me. And I'm still learning and growing every time I step out there." At 32, Jackson remains at the top. She won her second World Cup season title last year and kicked off this season with a victory at the Four Continents Championships. She's managing an injury carefully, aiming to stay strong for next year, when it counts. "I'm focusing on playing it safe, getting through this season, and coming out next year strong," she said. "Trying not to get too old too fast." Growing up, she never thought about being the only black skater. But she remembers the excitement of seeing someone who looked like her. Now, she gets messages from mothers saying their daughters want to skate after seeing her. "It's a special feeling," Jackson said. "I always want to be a good example. But having that extra level of impact keeps me focused." She ensures she won't be the last by being the first.